Cheese curds, 10-10. Enough about Joe Flacco? Already as we approach Week 6 of the NFL season, the media machine is in overdrive. And it seems all anyone can talk about is Joe Flacco's move to the Cincinnati Bengals. His mid-season trade and subsequent start against the Green Bay Packers has dominated headlines. But should this one storyline really be the focal point of the upcoming matchup? Let's take a closer look at the bigger picture, and you may be surprised at what really matters this week. The Joe Flacco narrative. Perspective is key, yes. The narrative around Joe Flacco is undeniably captivating. The seasoned veteran, who has experienced both triumph and failure in his illustrious career, has been thrust into the Bengals' starting role following Jake Browning's struggles. But Flacco's debut against the Packers in early September hardly left anyone in awe. His performance was, by all accounts, a carbon copy of what Browning had delivered. Nothing spectacular, just another game in the books. So, let's pause for a moment and consider this. Is the media's obsession with Flacco's move to Cincinnati justified? The answer is a resounding no. While Flacco's story may be compelling, it's just one chapter in a much larger, more intricate tale. The game itself, and the strategic chess match between these two teams, is far more complex than the quarterback drama currently taking center stage. The Packers' struggles, a team on the edge sure. Joe Flacco is a curiosity, but let's take a look at the real issues facing the Green Bay Packers heading into this matchup. The Packers are grappling with a series of injury crises that could severely hamper their chances against the Bengals. At the forefront of these challenges are the special teams and offensive line, two areas that could be the deciding factors in what's shaping up to be a hard-fought contest. Special teams. A kicking game in limbo. Green Bay's kicking game is in a state of flux. Head coach Matt LaFleur and kicker Brandon McManus have been tight-lipped about the situation, but hints of uncertainty are still hanging in the air. McManus, for his part, remains confident, but LaFleur's comments leave the kicker position very much up in the air. With a potential game-changing moment on the line, the stakes could not be higher. Special teams, often an afterthought, could be the Achilles heel for the Packers on Sunday. One missed field goal or a botched extra point could make all the difference in a game that promises to be closer than many are anticipating. Offensive line woes. Protection is key if Green Bay is to stand a chance on offense. They need their offensive line to hold up under pressure. Quarterback Jordan Love's ability to execute plays will depend on whether his protection can fend off a Bengals defense led by Trey Hendrickson, a pass rusher known for his relentless style and ability to disrupt the pocket. Injuries have already taken a toll on the Packers' line, and with Aaron Banks and Zach Tom still questionable for Sunday's game, the pressure is mounting on the likes of Jordan Morgan, who could be asked to step in at left tackle. The Packers simply cannot afford a repeat of the disaster they experienced against the Cleveland Browns a few weeks ago. In that game, Myles Garrett and the Cleveland defense dominated the line of scrimmage, making life miserable for Love and the offense. If the Packers want to avoid another similar debacle, getting Banks and Tom back in the fold is critical. Flacco versus the Packers, a unique rematch this. Won't be the first time the Packers face the same quarterback twice in one season. An oddity that doesn't happen often in the NFL. The last instance was back in 2011, when Kyle Orton started for both the Denver Broncos and the Kansas City Chiefs, leading Kansas City to a win over the Packers in their only loss of that season. But while the historical precedent is intriguing, this matchup is about much more than Flacco's presence. The real test for Green Bay won't be Flacco, but the injuries, the offensive line's ability to protect Love, and whether their special teams can make those critical, game-altering plays. The bigger picture. A game of high stakes in the end. While the media continues to shine a spotlight on Flacco, the true story of this game lies in the Packers' ability to overcome their challenges. Can they fix their offensive line issues? Will their special teams step up when it matters most? And, perhaps most importantly, can they bounce back from the injuries that have put their season in jeopardy? This game is shaping up to be a test of resilience for the Packers. With the right adjustments, they still have a shot to put up a fight against Flacco and the Bengals. The stakes have never been higher, and it's not just about the quarterbacks. It's about how the Packers adapt and respond to their most pressing concerns. So, what do you think? Will Green Bay be able to overcome their injuries and prove themselves against Joe Flacco and the Bengals? Or will another tough loss be on the horizon? Share your thoughts in the comments and join the conversation as we dissect every angle leading up to this pivotal Week 6 showdown. If you enjoy in-depth NFL analysis and want to be part of a community that lives and breathes the game, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to stay updated. Your support keeps this community growing and thriving. Let's keep the conversation going.